Long time no see. Okay, I'm going to try to speak a little louder. It's got the fans on and it's just too muggy here in Florida not to have fans. Matter of fact, Max has got two. Well, if nothing else, I really hope this video might be a little entertaining for you. So, you want to know where I've been? Maybe you don't, maybe you do. But I'm going to tell you anyway. So, hang on to your britches. Grab you a Coke or something real quick, or sweet tea like we do in the South. For me, I use my Arizona. But I have had, how should I put this? The unforgettable worst luck of the Irish anybody could ever have. Hang on to your britches now. It's gonna get good here in a minute. I don't know if you guys ever recall in some of my past videos, I mentioned that I rented out the back room to a gentleman named Brandon. And we became really good friends. I mean, you know, and he was always there to help me. And without that man, I don't think we would have gotten through COVID. Because there still needed somebody to take care of Mom. My sister was even sick. She's the one that gave it to everybody, by the way. And just saying, and Rod was really sick and ended up on a machine in the hospital. Didn't think he was going to pull through it. But he did. That's like his third near-death experience since he's lived here with me. One thing or another. But before he got sick, it was my mom, my sister, Rod, and me all here with COVID. And if I wouldn't have had Brandon, especially at that particular time, I don't know what we would have done. We would have probably all ended up in the hospital. I don't know what would have happened to my dogs. But with that said, he was a big help to me. And I took some money off rent and stuff for, you know, what he helped me with. And I helped him as much as I could. I even let him use my car, which is, you would think I would learn being somebody totaled my GMC and I'm stuck in car payments again. But I don't learn. I'm just, I guess, I put myself in people's shoes a little bit. I wear their shoes a little bit too long, I guess. Is what you could say. And I just trust people. And I shouldn't. So, but I can say without anything, he was always a help to me. And I can also say, man, I miss him. Because he was a huge help to me. And I can't even say that enough. He never, we would get into little tiffs. But he never disrespected me in any way or anything. You know, as far as physically or anything like that. Or anybody in the house. No. I didn't like how he yelled at Ace all the time. And I tell him about it. Ace just heard his name. You saying hello? So, this is what happened. I was planning on doing a Mass Monday yesterday. And then I was planning on doing Mass Monday last week. And after the 4th of July, and that didn't happen. So, on the 3rd, he was at work and he worked the night shift on the second. Ace, that's enough now. He wonders who I'm talking to. Don't stop him, bud. Putting that. Stop! And I'm trying to watch my time, but this is a story, guys, I'm telling you. First, to start everything off, my phone really went bonkers. I couldn't hear anything. So I was like, oh God, I got to get a phone. So the cheapest one and the one I could get that, I'm just trying to tell you what happened before what happened. Hang on now. But I had to get a phone. And the only way I could get $700 for my phone is if I got another iPhone. I didn't want to get another iPhone. But if I didn't get another iPhone, I was only going to get $200 for my phone. So I was like, what the heck, man? So I went ahead and got this phone, iPhone. So that happened, okay? And that bummed me enough right there. Because my first payment was going to be, my very first payment was going to end up being $238. I didn't like that. Then I had an outstanding bill I had to pay of $300. So, didn't like that either. But, so that happened a little bit before the 4th. And during that week before the 4th, that happened. And then he worked the 2nd. And we were planning on taking Ace to the vet on the 3rd because Ace was sick. Needless to say, I haven't gotten Ace to the vet yet. Number 1, it's money. Number 2, I need help with Ace when I take him. So, I guess I'm going to have to use Rod. But let me tell you what happened to Brandon. So, the morning of the 3rd, we were supposed to take Ace to the vet. There was some kind of commotion, and he kind of tapped on my door and came on in. He said, I'm going to take Max out. And I said, okay, thank you. He always did that. He'd usually come take Max out, get Kaylee out, get Ace out. That's what I'm saying. This man was a godsend to me for help. I'm just telling you. And he was like, I'm like, well, what's all that noise? And he's like, don't worry about it. I'll handle it. Let me get the dogs out. And I was like, he said, go on back to sleep. And I said, and I was half asleep. And he took Max on out. And I looked at the clock and I would go, oh my goodness, it's late. I got to get up. It's going on 12 o'clock because I don't sleep a lot at night. Because a lot of night I'm sick. So I was like, oh heavens, I got to get up. Because I got to get everybody done and taken care of and med and the dogs bedded and out and blah, 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 blah. So, I go to get up and I'm putting on my slippers and stuff and I hear this bam, bam, bam on my window. I was like, what the freak, man? First of all, who is disrespecting me to bang on my window? It better be good. So I was finished getting ready. I was fixing to head out the door and it did it again. I said, oh heck no. So I go to walk in the hallway. Rod's there. He's getting in his room. Brandon's like going in his room or something. Or he said, no, I'll take care of it. And he walked out there and he walked back in. I'm going out that way. He goes, just don't freak out, okay? And so I walk out the door and he goes, it was the cops, but they're gone. I said, well, what the heck are they doing banging on my window like that? It's going to get better, just wait. And he said, well, he's like, I'm not really sure right now. He said, but they're gone anyway. And I said, well, all right. But I'm thinking, oh, heck no. I'm curious now why they're banging on my window like that. And I'm going, God, did I do something? First thing you think, what did I do? And I walked outside and I went under the carport. And I'm just standing there kind of looking around. And across the street, I see a cop car. It happened to be a sheriff. And he comes and he does a U-turn in the middle of the road and he pulls up right in front of my house on the side of the street right there. Then I see another car, still on that street, and he's starting to get out of the car, and he has like this protective green vest on, and he's got his hand on his gun, and he's going like this to me. Calm down, calm down. And I said, you're freaking me out. That's what I said. And then another cop car came up on this side of the house and parked by the road. And I looked at him and I looked at the sheriff. I said, you're really freaking me out now. And then all of a sudden, another SUV undercover comes pulling up, straight up, like in front of my door, but not real close. And I looked at that sheriff. I said, you're really freaking me out now. Because I'm like, and then the SWAT guy gets out. The cop that was in this car just kind of gets out of his car and stays because he didn't have a vest on. And then the SWAT guy gets out, pistol drawn, not like this, but down, down by his legs. And he was undercover, but he wasn't dressed like no cop. But he had a protective vest on. And I looked at that sheriff. He says, I'm sheriff with Citrus County. Is your name Sherry? And I looked at him and I said, let me tell you something. You're going to give me a heart attack because you're freaking me out. I promise you that's the way I was talking to that man. And he goes, calm down, but are you Sherry Larkin? And I'm like, what the freak did I do? I said, what did I do? He said, calm down. I said, I'm not excited yet, but you're getting me there. I know the man had to be laughing under his breath. But he said, the Sherry Larkin, I said, yeah. And I said, what the freak are you wanting? What? I said, why are you coming up in my house like this? And he goes, do you know a Brandon Cox? And I said, yes, sir. I'm thinking, oh, crap. What did he do? And he's coming back to my house afterwards, And he said, does he live here? And I said, yes, sir. He goes, would you mind going in and getting him? And by that time, he's already up at me. The SWAT guy's already up at me. I said, yes, I'll go get him. And I went to go open the door, open the screen door, open the front door. And the minute I opened my door and I stepped in the threshold of my house, I had this SWAT dude like Velcroed to my backside. And then I looked at him, and then the sheriff was behind him, guns drawn. And I said, I looked at both of them and I went, no. I said, no, this ain't happening. And Ace started freaking out. I said, do you hear that? The sheriff goes, yes, ma'am. I said, I've got one in a cage that will make sure he gets out of that cage. And I got one running loose. I said, so the best thing you can do is back up out of my house without a warrant. Let me get these dogs situated, and I'll get Brandon Cox for you. And the sheriff says, yes, ma'am. And he tapped the SWAT guy on the shoulder. He says, back up. So I'm like, look, you don't want to come in here like this. And especially with Ace was about eating that cage, and he would get out of it if he had to. I guarantee you. So, because that dog's 120 pounds, he don't play. And, so they backed out. Brandon was coming down the hallway. And I thought they were pulling a joke because he was supposed to be real buddy-buddy with Levy County, which is the county where he worked, where the station was, a Shell station, and that he was assistant manager at. So, where am I? Okay, so I thought they were playing a joke with him because he said that Levy County cops come in there all the time. They're always goofing off and playing cranks on Brandon and stuff like that. So I said, I think your boys are playing a crank on you, but boy, are they good, because they got me freaked out. I said, but you're wanted outside. So he didn't even grab his shirt or nothing. He had his cigarettes, which I'm running one right now. Just telling you this. But listen, I'm gonna end this part, and I'm gonna do a part 2 because I'm at 15 minutes. But guys, please come back to hear the rest of this. You're not gonna freaking believe it. Okay, I'll talk to you soon.